Wait, you expect me to go up onto the front lines? I can't do that. Look at me. I'm just a kid, man. But you are also a hero. This is what you're training for. Look, we're not gonna make you forcibly do this. Okay? But we would like you to. I don't know. I'm not as strong as my classmates. Go get my. What about Midoriya? We have him doing something else. What? Well, we were gonna ask him, um, but we can't find him. Wait, you can't find him on campus. Yeah, we can't find him. He's probably training. Honestly, I can try to find him if you would like to have him instead of me. Or actually, he probably did take out the camera, so it's like he's probably training. I don't know. I'll do it. See, there he is. Found him. Midoriya. Yeah, I'll do it. You need someone to soak up the lightning or whatever. Because the one guy, yeah, I'll do it. But I want to fight. I want to test my skills. We can't guarantee that. You do it, Kaminari. What? They're not going to let me fight unless they need backup. So you do it. I gotta go. Gotta go bathroom. Hi, it's me, Wheat Anime or Anime Wheat. I'm here to bring you part 10 of What If Deku Had an Elemental Quirk? And woo wee mama. Tell you what now. Today's about to go crazy. As you know, I have, well, next part will be the final. So they will still be posted. Actually, no, they might be both posted on Friday. I might double upload on Friday. Well, yeah, double upload on Friday. And then Saturday will be the end of the Every Other Saturday series. My What If Deku was Law reincarnation, was Law's reincarnation, will end Saturday, which I will probably pre-record, well, record on Friday, have it set to upload on um, Wednesday. Not Wednesday. I'll have it set to record, well, upload on Saturday. So Friday, I'm going to be recording a lot. Okay, I'm going to upload both of those what ifs. I'm going to try to upload them. There's no guarantee that they'll actually upload on Friday. But that is currently my plan. If that will go through, don't know. But it is very possible by next week we will be starting the new what ifs. Whew. It's highly possible, if not definitely going to happen. And I'm going to announce my what if, Asta what if, later. I'm joking with you. To be blatantly honest, I still don't know. I'm very much leaning towards one, and I think I'll do it. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's going to be what if Asta had water magic? See, now I'll be making a post of the other what ifs on my channel. If you don't know, well, if you don't watch my Asta what if, I recently announced my Deku what if, which I'll be, either way, you don't gotta go watch the video. I'll be making a post on what it is later today. I'll be making a post. Well, when I'm recording this. Like after I'm recording this, done recording this, I'm gonna make a post about it. Okay. So that you all know what it is. You'll find out all my what the next three what ifs are going to be. Okay. And by this time, they will end. If they're starting next week, huh? When will they end? I think honestly somewhere around December or maybe the start of January. So they'll end in 2026. Also, I'll be putting all these, well, the entire series of what ifs into playlist, their respective own playlist. Um, okay, after they're finished. That won't happen for my old what ifs, but the ones after this one, after they're done, I will be making them a playlist, putting them on there. So if you want to go back and watch the what ifs, um, either you will have to find them or something akin to that. Because, blatantly honest with you, I'm not very proud. Like, I was trash. I'm not saying that I'm still not good. Like, I think I'm decent. I think I'm decent on the whole entire, well, now. But when I first started, I was trash. I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, I didn't know what I was doing. But yet, yeah. Um, you'll find out though. Other, well, you already know one. What if? You know two if you've watched this video. You'll find out all three of them on the post. So by the time you've seen this video, you it it will most definitely be up the post. So go check it out. It's on my channel in the post section. Cool, cool. Okay. Anyways, we'll get straight into it after I get a drink of water. Okay, so we can see Midoriya in his not winter gear, even though you feel like it would still be semi cold. So yeah, he's wearing his winter gear. Um, okay, wearing winter gear, his winter hero suit, right? And with his sword in hand, he'd be up front just in case Denki, in case they send out another attack after Denki soaks up the first one. Midoriya will either counter attack, like he will go up first and either take him out or soak up the attack. Okay, just in case Denki can't take up the if there is a second one. So Cement Toss would they would all be running. Cement Toss would be up front somewhere ish. As he would get into it, he would start opening up the building, or beginning to, as the well, the electric guy. I don't remember his name. He would walk out and say, "Oh, man, you all got a lot of power to take out us. How flattering." I don't remember his the name for the attack, but he would send off the attack. Uh, Denki would run up first, real quick, like he does in canon, in that the zoom in on him as he would run up throughout the heroes. He would put a finger gun up to the air and soak it up, and then the man would say, "Well, shit." Then Denki, he would seem out of it. and Midoriya would run past as the guy would once again charge it up, do it again. Midoriya would activate. Uh, well, he would say it in his head, "Undisclosed silver wind." So his arms, his entire body would go silver as he would grab his blade. Well, he would unsheath it. He would have already unsheathed it back in the tree line. Okay, as the guy would shoot off, he would say, well, Midoriya would say, "Yeah, lightning rod." As he would point his sword up, and he would channel his own electricity as it would be pulled down through him. He would soak it up. It would be an electrified, disclosed wind type deal. You could see electricity sparking off of him as Edge shot would go through the 1,000 sheet pierce, putting the small hole into the villain's lungs. And Midoriya, he would begin running through to the side because they still had him doing something before he would have to be gone, going to the back with the rest of his class. See, Fat Gum is already taking Kaminari back. Uh, Tamaki is running with Midoriya as of right now. Tamaki would say, "This way, Avatar." Okay. As they would come to a stop, they would come to an entrance. Uh, Not the entrance that Tamaki destroyed, not Tamaki, Tokuyami destroys, but a separate exit. So Midoriya and Tamaki would work together. Midoriya would use Silver Tonfa, well, Silver Hammer, Silver Tonfa, right. So he would strike it, and Tamaki would as well, taking it, like collapsing it. There we go. And then Tamaki would say, "Here comes Fat Gum. Go with him." Ah, of course. As they would be running through the battlefield, some villains would try to attack them. Midoriya and Fat Gum would take care of them in their own ways. Midoriya would heat up his fist. He would unlike Silver himself, so Wind is just boosting him now. Um, right? He would use Flare Flash, Crimson Collar, as he would shoot off, uh, blasting the guy, blasting a few villains, right? And then some of them would come up from the front. Fat Gum would take care of those, as Midoriya would start shooting off, like the flashes, like the boom, 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 boom. He would just be, well, using Flare Flash and um, Gale Flash. So, like he would be using Wind and Fire on two separate, limbs, and then a big guy, like a big bulky villain, would come running at them. Uh, Midoriya would run up in front of Fat Gum, or actually, yeah, hold on. This is how he's going to do it. He would jump on top of Fat Gum. Fat Gum would launch him towards this guy, as Midoriya would say, "Here we go. Gravity Slicer. Meteor Slash." Vroom. As he would slash, rocks would start to pick up from the ground, going around this slash, hitting this guy, wrapping around him. As then Midoriya would get closer, he would spin it throughout the air. As he would get close, like really close. He would say, "Lichtenhammer, shocking news." As he would reel back his fist, he would let it loose. Electricity would like shock waves off of the uh like the fist, like the punch, right? Just like shock waves. Boom, 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 boom. this guy would be sent flying, even with like the rocks and the gravity just pushing him down. So he would slide back. He would crash into other villains as Fat Gum and Fat Gum would catch up back to Midoriya and say, "Hey, that was really good, kid. Thanks." As they would keep on running through, then Fat Gum would say, "Hey, get back to the. I got it. I get it. You want me to go, and you go. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, no problem." And then they would both run. Well, their separate ways. Midoriya would make it back to well, the students, and the hero that would be there, I guess, protecting them. I don't really know what he's doing. Well, doing what he was doing. I guess semi protecting them. And then this is where it would go down hill for the heroes. Gigantium Machia. After, Tokiyami, like in canon, when Tokiyami, not Tokiyami, but when Dark Shadow senses a monster, this being Gigantia Machia, right? And so on and so forth. Gigantia Machia and the League, would escape. Heroes would begin to chase them. The kids would begin to, get nose of this. Midoriya would say, "Well, I guess it's our time to fight," as he would look at his classmates and, the people in 1B. They would all be quite, like, they're not scared, but they are at the same time. They're all sweating. They know how tall this 25 meters tall. I don't know how that translates into feet. So do that on your own time. Homework. But 25 meters tall, and it's running towards us. Towards them. And they could see it through the trees, crashing through trees. They could also see heroes going through, trying to do their best to stop it. Midori would say, they have that thing has company on its back. Get that message around, Yalirozu." And as he would begin running as Midori would begin running towards it, right, and people would start yelling at him, "You all do your plan, okay? Oh, I'm gonna attempt something." As he would run around, arcing around it, he would look up in the air, seeing things flying. He could catch it in the eye. That's shit. And then he would use the wind to blast himself up into the air, grabbing, Midnight, as he would doosh, 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 kind of gappoing down, right? As he would turn around, he would go as fast as he could towards the students, his classmates. Midnight would say, "Midoriya?" Well, she would start talking. Midoriya would say, "I know, blah blah blah. I'm not. I don't care. I'm not letting a teacher of mine that I actually like die." So he would begin running. He would be able to. He would be able to jump through the trees because of his air manipulation. Part quirk of his quirk. He would be able to go through the trees, eventually making it to the student. His classmates. I keep on saying students. Sorry, but making it to his classmates, he would jump down, skid across the ground while his feet would skid. And as he would stop, he would turn around. "Here, uh, He's way closer than it. Is it set? Whatever, whatever. Is it set? Momo would say, yes, move out of the way. He would, they would go on the opposite side, tree line, like the plan in canon. The mud would catch Gigantiamachia. He would sink semi in it, right? And then the fire and everything, the Mina going, we get it. But eventually, Gigantiamachia would get out. Midori would say, screw it. As he would go running, he would be geppoing, like semi geppoing, into the air. Geppo, moonwalk, skywalk, whatever it is. He's like stomping through the air. Like, you've probably seen One Piece Geppo. Rokushiki, you know what I'm talking about? Okay, cool. I hope you do. But you get my point. Using the wind to boost himself, semi fly in the air, and honestly launching him, sending him rocketing towards this beast, his sword in hand. As he would get closer, he would be able to see some figures. So he would yell, "Hey, I'm not gonna yell, okay? Hey, remember me?" They would all look behind him beside Gantia Makia. He would be running straight. Dobby would say, "Oh, God. Prepare yourself." "What do you mean, Dobby?" "This guy is the one I was talking about. Be able to using something like my quirk. And, honestly, Gigantium Machia is probably too precious to lose, huh? But he, like Blue Flame? Yeah, my quirk, you idiot." "Oh, God." And there it goes, bursting, of course. Hold on. So, back to Midoriya. Midoriya would say, "Flare Slicer." And then you could see the blade turn blue, erupting in blue flame. As he would say, as he's still running, he's still going throughout the air, also getting closer and closer, going as fast as he could, going. He's very close. He's probably about, I don't know, 50, actually 50 feet ain't much. But he is traveling through the air. So, I'm going to say like 100 to 150 feet away. Actually, no, 100 yards away. Okay, so around 300 feet away. 100 yards, 300 feet. Blade erupting in a blue flame, as he would say, "Flare Slicer, blue star," as he would slash and slash again, and then thrust the blade forward to make with wind, to make all this flame into a massive, like, air flame bubble. I guess kind of like a massive flare slice, just like bigger than his blade, bigger than, like, if I feel like if Gigantomachia took this, it would probably leave a permanent scar. Maybe. Like a burn, like, so as not Darby, Dobby would use his blue flame to semi counteract it, it would work. It would just make a massive blue, like it would explode. That move, those two moves connecting would explode, making a massive fiery explosion. Midoriya would be he's he has heat resistance. He has fire resistance, okay? So this isn't going to affect him much. And plus, he's dealt with the flame before. It's probably done to burn his clothes, but he's gonna make this explosion work with him. So he would go even faster through the blue flame. So it would catch fire, but the air on his feet would get this um like he would be like a rocket, like a jet, okay? Just flying through the air. His sword would begin to melt. So like liquid metal would just be dripping down from the sword. Right. And the calm, he would have a calm, like an earpiece, which it would be semi-staticky, but he could hear Midoriya, what are you doing? Are you okay? And he would answer back. It would be clear on their side, but I'm good. I'm chasing him now. Get back. He would hear, get back here in a staticky voice, right? And but then he would answer, no can do. I'm already catching a ride on the big beast. I got a plan, and I'm gonna make sure it works. So I'm going out. Midoriya, he would hear Midoriya back in another staticky voice, and then he would hear, "Please stay safe" in another staticky way. Okay. So, and he would have a massive grin on his face, as he would hang from Gigantiamachia's like foot. Like he would be on like the Achilles like tendon, just hanging on. Right, he would be hanging on somehow. Okay, but yet he would be hanging on, being able to hold on. They would make it to Shigaraki and the other heroes, Bakugo, Mirio, um, Shoto, and Nejire, and everyone else. Aizawa is already taken out, taken away. Ryuku would be taken away. Mirko, as in canon stuff, right? Midoriya would make it there. He would jump off a little bit away, like 50 yards away, meaning like 150 feet. No, actually, probably like he would be he would be somewhere. He would be close, like a couple yards, not a couple yards. 30 yards would be 90 feet. 50 yards would be, well, 50 times 3. What is 50 times 3? 150. Yeah, so he'd be 150 uh, feet away in under a piece of rubble or behind a piece of rubble as he'd be looking over, seeing what's happening, seeing Best Jeanist doing his, well, not now, he hasn't made it yet, but he'd be able to see this. So he's going to sit there and wait for a couple seconds, see how it goes, and then he would look up, seeing something fall from the sky, and then ding, Best Jeanist would arrive, wrapping him up as Midoriya would move around, like behind Gigantiamachia, behind everyone. He would be waiting. He wanted to see what would happen. He would be saying in his head, man, it was really cold there. Not really cold, but a chill in the breeze. And now it's warm. It's probably Endeavor. He is here, so that makes sense. And now there goes Dobby fighting. Okay, I did see Toga drop off. Okay, I gotta try to make this work before I even try to. He'd be working on something. He'd be charging up. Might sacrifice my sword, but I guess it would be worth it. Okay. I'll throw it like a javelin. I don't know yet. Okay. Shit. Compress. Okay. They're free. Gigantiamakia is still awake fighting. They threw something in, though. I saw it happen. Hasn't kicked in. It might not have to. There we go. As he would run and jump up and he would say, "Hey," well, he would yell, "You can't get rid of me easy." The League would look with wide eyes. Well, minus Shigaraki and Gigantiamaki. Gigantiamaki would have a whole entire different issue. But Spinner, Dobby, well, I guess kind of compressed. Not really. No. He wouldn't really be caring. He got his boys out. Or he is. Gigantiamakia would probably look at him since he did attack him. Not really. But actually, I don't even think he would care. He would just be trying to get Shigaraki and leave. But yeah, anyways. As uh as Midoriya would be in the air, Dobby would say, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me." As Midoriya would yell out, "Spatial Slicer, Black Slash." Way cooler, but Spatial Slicer, Black Slash. His sword would be over his head as black energy would be rippling off of it. The blade would be completely black as he would slash. It would connect with Gigantiamakia across his back where all the spikes are, and right, it would cut straight through it. Just leaving a massive gash that would, well, be open, pouring a lot of fluid out. But yet, then he would either go to sleep by the medicine or from blood loss. But Midori would say, "Eat that, you walking weapon," as he would keep on staying in the air as Dobby would come charging at him. His sword is gone. Like, fully gone, it's gone. As Dobby would come closer to him, Midori would say, "Let's see how this works. Flare Hammer, Dragon's Claw." They would both connect with each other's own respective, like their hits would connect. Like, they would both hit each other. Boom! Another fiery explosion would ripple throughout the air, sending Midoriya crashing one way. Dobby would be sent flying that way, as Todoroki would take advantage of this, hit Dobby to the ground, and that's when All for One would take control. Midoriya would get up. He would try to stop Shigaraki, which he would. He would get up in the air. All for One would say, I've seen what you could do, so you're not gonna be able to do it. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Spatial flash, blackout, a multiple orbs of this black um stuff. They don't really know what to call it, but it would be kind of like the space. It's like stars. There'd be like a couple dots. It would be like the sky, pitch black with stars in it. It would come flying at Shigaraki. I guess all for one. All for one would dodge. Do believe it was rivet stab. Using that quirk, Midori would be pierced. It was luckily he missed vital, a lot of vital places. Like it may have went through the gut and shoulder, arm, leg, and leg. Well, leg. Well, both legs in three different places. His right arm in four different places. Two on the left arm. In the chest, there would be three in the gut area. None in the like chest area because Midoriya legit just he just lit himself on fire. Just he would erupt in flame, and it was hot enough to where it burned like the one going for his heart. It burnt that one, and plus he would headbutt it. He would just plain out headbutt it, just boom with like he also made a lot of his places that wasn't hit. Like he covered the vital areas in metal, like the silver. Given it, it got to him faster than he could make his entire body silver, but he got the chest area first, like the most. Like he would cover his heart and head, right. But then he would fall to the ground, crashing as they would uh, teleport, get out of there with no moves, and they would leave Gigantium Machia to bleed. And into a not forever sleep. The wound on his back would eventually close, just leaving a massive scar on his back. All because of Midoriya. Yep, he doesn't know that. He just knows someone hurt him. Now, given he couldn't feel it because of his pain tolerance, right? Quirk, but he still know it was there. But anyways, yeah, Midori would get healed up. Would get taken to the medics. He would be eventually brought to a hospital, and he would be set to go. Uh, by next time, he'll be fully healed, kind of like Bakugo when he got rivet stabbed. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Well, first off, that's where I'm gonna end it for here, and then end it here for today. I hope you all enjoyed, and I can't wait for you all to see the final. That I'll be recording, whichever. You can expect them both finals this Friday. Hopefully, I'll record them Friday, so you should be able to see them like Saturday, Sunday ish. And next week will be start of the new what ifs that I'll be making a post on after I get done with this. Okay. So, anyways, I hope to see you all next time. I hope you had a great. I hope you have a great rest of your day, or whenever you're watching this, listen to this. I hope you have a great time, rest of your day, whatever. Whenever you're watching this, hope you have a great time. Roll the dice. Hope to see you all next time. Bye bye.